First of all, I'm Nathan Johnson, and I want to say thank you all so very much for taking the time and effort to write such great questions to me. I'm going to answer every single one of them right now for you. Now, I do have a bit of a tendency to, for those of you particularly who've been watching the videos, you know I can go on and on and on and on a little bit. So I'm going to try and keep it really concise, stay to the heart of the information, and we'll have a great time plowing through these questions. So thank you so much for sending them off to me, and let's have a good time. Here we go. Alright, so the first question is how to do the perfect cat eye. Now this I'm actually going to show you on a piece of paper because a little bit of practice will make this really easy. Now in time it's something that you'll be able to do in a single swoop and a flick, but for now we're going to do what I like to call the connect the dots method. It makes it really easy. So if here's the eye, there we go. There's the nose. Now my hand will be in the way for just a second, but my hand is less important because I'm showing you a connect the dots method. The first thing that you're going to do, this pen of mine being your eyeliner, you're going to start about a third up into the eye and you're going to draw your first of the dots, so to speak. So you're drawing a line in the center. This is really going to determine the depth of the, center sort of thickness of your eye line. Bring it all the way to the outer corner. That's a dot 1. So you just sort of start there. You notice I haven't gone all the way into the inner corner. Then what you do for dot 2 is you just go really thin and you bring it all the way in. So then you just take a really thin line and you connect it to the thicker one you just drew. Now on the outer corner, you're just going to do a light little flick. That is number 3. Now that's a really simple flick cat eye that can be easily done when you want to accent the end of the lashes. But if you want it to be slightly more dramatic, this is where you can take your flick, you can take it a little further, but here's where you can make it more dramatic. You take your eyeliner and you draw it over and you connect to the ridge of the liner. Now you'll do this when the eye's shut. And then, after you do that, you just fill it right in with your pencil, your liquid, whatever it may be, and you have a perfect, easy cat liner. Works every single time, looks really gorgeous, and it's super easy. So that's what you're going to do to achieve the cat liner. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Next up, we have a really incredible question. How are you clean and sanitary when it comes to brushes and working with multiple people? Now, I work with multiple people all the time. When I do huge celebrity charity events, it's person after person after person after person. When I do New York Fashion Week and the like, same thing, person after person. I happen to have a large assortment of brushes, multiples of each brush. Now, if that's not a possibility for you, if you find yourself in the position where you are working on large groups of people all the time, it is helpful to have at least a couple extra ones so you're not having to stop and clean every single time. But what you can do between them, and what I always do, of course, you never use a brush from one person to another. There are some great sprays that condition and don't dry out and destroy your brushes. Cinema Secrets is a strong one, but using a little, I put it in a spritz bottle, a little spritz of it on a tissue will disinfect and clean out a brush right away. Let it sit to dry, go on to your next set of brushes and be able to work again. And then when you get home, of course, you can give them an official good, solid, great wash. But the best thing you can do between clients is, if you do not have enough brushes to keep going straight through, the best thing that you can do is spritz, and clean. That's the best thing. Don't use straight alcohol, it'll destroy your brushes. Use a conditioning cleanser, and there are a lot of great ones out there. Sephora also makes a really great one. Try them. Let me know what you think. But that would be my answer for you. Alright, our next question. It is about makeup for the wedding and transitioning to the evening, making it stay all day with a great transition. Now, the real secret to that, and what you absolutely 100% need, is a primer. A fantastic primer will make that makeup look amazing all day. Now, you say, what do you need that's waterproof? You know, you mentioned eyeliner and mascara. You don't need much more that's waterproof beyond that. And truth be told, I use waterproof if my bride's a crier. And if she isn't, I don't. But one thing I do, because waterproof can be very damaging to the lashes, put regular mascara on first, follow it with waterproof, and then you get none of the damaging effects of the waterproof mascara, but you do get the full seal of the waterproof. So you can protect your lashes, get extra length, and then coat them for safety. A little waterproof eyeliner is great. I tend to use powders. Now for the evening transition, all you got to do is bump it up to the desired level that she wants to go. If she wants to go on to a full-on smoky eye, smoke it out. If she doesn't, you know, little extra color in there, tiny bit more at the crease, amazing. Bump up the cheeks just a little bit, change the lip color. Easy, beautiful, quick transition for the wedding. But the key, the number one most important thing you can do, honestly, is prime it and consider setting it with a setting spray. A beautiful setting spray will give a dewy look that will make your makeup stay flawless and look like $1,000,000 however long the party goes on. Great question. Next up, a question that I love, and something that I myself have to fix all the time. How do you fix smudged eyeliner without looking like a panda? It's actually remarkably easy. The greatest, I say this time and time and time again, one of the greatest makeup tools out there is a Q-tip. It's an amazing, amazing thing that can actually do shockingly gorgeous wonders to any makeup. If you have a little bit of a remover or even a hand cream, if you don't have a remover around, you can fix an eyeliner by just getting the tip of that damp. If it's on you can use a little bit of water even, and you can just clean that right up. You can clean up top or bottom right with a Q-tip. Remover is ideal. If you're wearing eyeshadow, yeah, it's going to remove your eyeshadow, and you might need to put a tiny little sweep of eyeshadow on. But if you're just cleaning up the eyeliner, you can swoop it right through, have a perfect eyeliner line, remove it right on the Q-tip, flip it over, do it again, perfection, match it on the other side. Easiest thing in the world to do if you have a Q-tip. One of my favorite little tricks. Great question. Next up is a tricky but fantastic question. My face and my body are different colors. Where should I match foundation? Well, if your face and your body are different colors, it probably means that you're putting care into keeping your face safe, but perhaps not bringing that care to the rest of your body. And by care, I mean SPF. When we use products that have SPF and then we tend to be protected, our faces tend to stay lighter, our bodies tend to get darker. It's the same even with me. My arms are a little bit darker than my face. I say, be exactly who you are. When you are that, it doesn't look funny. It looks natural, and it's actually rather normal. I have one of my favorite models that I work with all the time. She has that problem, a considerably lighter face and a much darker body. I leave it exactly as it is. People know her to look like that. Now, if you're doing a shoot and you want it to be so cohesive that you want everything to match, yeah, you can match it to your arm, you can match it to the next part of your body that you're going to connect into, or you can split the difference and meet somewhere in the middle. I always say it's best to go a little deeper, but don't go so deep if it's a huge graduation, because it can end up looking a little bit funny. So that really comes down to exactly what you want to do and what you want to achieve. I tend to keep people's faces exactly as they are, matching right here, because that's where you get the flawless match. That's not a place that's overly dark, that's a place that's usually our natural skin color. So I always match right there, and that's exactly what I do. Once you work in contour, highlight, a whole bunch of other things, it ends up tending to be perfect match, even though you might be different colors, but it's always a room for experimentation and something for you to play with as an artist. But you can go either way with it. That's the reality. Great, but very tricky question.